A good friend once told me that it's always worth repeating information because you'll always be heard by someone who's never heard it before, and it's those words which have inspired this video. We've all seen the amazing New Era, New Energy trailer from the Game Awards, but Sega are attracting new fans all the time. And while most of you will have heard of and played the classic titles that Sega are bringing back, there's no harm in sharing the originals and celebrating those games, and that's what we're going to do in this video. So let's take that new era, apply some retro energy, and these are the 5 franchises that Sega are bringing back. Smilebit's Dreamcast Classic pioneered the use of cel-shaded visuals. You take control of the GG gang roaming the streets of Tokyo-to, tagging the graffiti of rival gangs in order to take over their turf. The action is backed up by Hideki Naganuma's brilliant soundtrack, which powers Professor K's pirate radio station and inspiration for the name of the game. Tagging graffiti is done via combos on the Dreamcast analog stick, with additional challenges coming in the form of Captain Onishima and his police force.
HQ to all stations, HQ to all stations. Juvenile skaters have been spotted fleeing in the vicinity of Shibuya bus terminal. All officers respond. Repeat.
For me, Crazy Taxi is the game which embodies the very spirit of the Dreamcast. A conversion from the Naomi arcade game, the premise is simple. Pick up a passenger, take them from point A to point B while doing as many crazy moves as possible to rack up the fare. You choose from 4 cabbies: all-rounder Axel, fast but reckless BD Joe, quick off the mark Gina, and old-timer Gus with his slow but tank-like cab. The console versions include the Crazy Box, a set of minigames including Crazy Jump, Crazy Balloons and Crazy Bowling. The game is also backed up by one of the most iconic soundtracks in all of gaming, featuring The Offspring and Bad Religion. Come on now folks, say it with me. Yeah, 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 yeah. 1991's Streets of Rage is undoubtedly one of the Mega Drive/Genesis best known games. A side-scrolling beat-em-up in the mould of Capcom's Final Fight, you take on hordes of gang members in a bid to defeat the evil Mr. X. The game allows you to choose from 3 young police officers, Adam Hunter, Axel Stone and Blake Fielding, all of whom have their own unique fighting style. Along the way you can smash phone boxes and crates to reveal hidden weapons and health bonuses. There's also a special move which sees your police backup arrive and fire a bazooka into the air to rain fire on your foes. Streets of Rage spawned 2 sequels on the Mega Drive as well as Dotemu Streets of Rage 4 on modern consoles. Yuzo Koshiro's soundtrack is legendary, and we can only hope that he's involved in the new version. Released in arcades in 1987, the original Shinobi remains one of Sega's most beloved franchises and even received a Master System and NES port. However, it's 1989's Evolution, The Revenge of Shinobi, seen here on the Mega Drive, which remains the benchmark for many. Taking on criminal organisation Neo-Z, you must aid Joe Musashi by taking on various foes using a combination of shurikens, swords and somersaults. A further entry in the series was also released on the Mega Drive, titled Shadow Dancer. In the Western story, Joe sets out to avenge the death of his student Kato, aided by his faithful canine Yamato, seen in the new trailer. In Japan, however, the protagonist for Shadow Dancer isn't Joe, but his son Hayate. The game which has moved furthest from its roots with Sega's new era, Golden Axe is a side-scrolling hack-and-slash arcade game released in 1989. It would find its way to the Mega Drive and practically every other home system in some way, shape or form. You must defeat the evil Death Adder, who has kidnapped the king's daughter and is holding her captive in his castle. Taking control of Axe Battler, Gilius Thunderhead or Tyrus Flare, you fight your way through 8 stages leading to a face-off with Death Adder himself. Golden Axe also features mythical creatures who can be mounted during combat, such as the chicken leg, seen in the new trailer, and fire-breathing dragons. Golden Axe spawned 2 sequels on the Mega Drive as well as 1992's arcade release The Revenge of Death Adder, which unfortunately would never see a home port. It did however make its way into Sega's Astro City mini console. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I do hope you have enjoyed this revisit of the 5 games which were announced at the Game Awards. You can find myself on X at the Segaholic. You can find Dan the Mega Driver at super_D. The pod account is of course at Sega Guys, and until next time, we will see you on the Sega side.